Welcome to Subject Soup. What if Australia's population could be rebuilt with new people? Sounds simple, right? But beneath the surface lie unexpected barriers, environmental limits, economic hurdles, and cultural complexities that make repopulation far more challenging than you might think. Ready to uncover the truth? Why Australia can't just start over, the shocking truth about repopulation. Hey there, my fellow Earth explorers. Welcome back to the classroom of chaos, where today we're diving into the wild, wacky world of repopulating Australia. Now, you might think, oh, let's just start over, but oh boy, there's more to it than just hitting the big red reset button. Let's explore why this isn't as simple as it sounds. Alright, let's talk numbers, but don't zone out on me because this is where it gets juicy. Australia's got this thing called a fertility rate, and it's been taking a nosedive like a kangaroo on a bungee jump. We're looking at 1.5 kids per woman, and you need 2.1 to even keep the population stable without extra people moving in. Without migration, we're staring down the barrel of an aging population, which means fewer workers and more people needing care. Imagine trying to have a party with more grandparents than grandkids, not the vibe we're going for, right? And let's not forget, if we don't keep the population up, we're looking at a real-life version of the Quiet Earth scenario, minus the zombies, hopefully. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. If we just decided to repopulate, we'd need to somehow encourage everyone to have way more kids, and even that wouldn't solve the immediate problem of an aging workforce. And what about all those smart folks from around the world who've come to call Australia home? They've been key to our tech, health, and all sorts of sectors. Without them, we're like a band without its lead guitarist, still music, but not the hit we're used to. So, starting over? More like starting from way behind. But wait, there's more. Even if we could magically boost the birth rate, we're looking at generations before we see any real change. And by then, the world might look totally different. Think climate change, technological leaps, you name it. So, if we're thinking about repopulation, we're not just dealing with numbers, we're playing a game of chess where the rules change with every move. And let's not forget the cultural aspect. Australia's a beautiful tapestry of cultures. If we're starting over, what does that mean for our identity? Are we going back to some imagined past or forging something new? It's not just about having more babies, it's about what kind of Australia we're envisioning. Now, let's talk cash, because repopulation ain't cheap, my friends. Imagine the cost of building new cities, schools, hospitals, and all the stuff we take for granted. We're talking trillions with a T. Australia's economy has been like a surfer, riding the wave of population growth, but if we wipe out that wave, we're looking at a massive economic hangover. The jobs, the demand for goods and services, all that would take a hit. But it's not just about spending, it's about what we'd lose without that steady influx of new people. Think of all the entrepreneurs, doctors, engineers, the people who keep our economy buzzing. If we're starting over, we're essentially saying goodbye to this vibrant, diverse workforce that's been the backbone of our growth. And here's another kicker: the cost of living would skyrocket even more if we suddenly had to build everything for a new population. Housing crisis? Check. Infrastructure strain? Double check. And don't get me started on the tax implications. Where's the money coming from to support all this growth if you're not sure you'll have enough workers to tax? But let's end on a lighter note. If we could magically solve all these problems, think of the jobs in construction. We'd be building like never before, but at what cost to our beautiful landscapes and the lifestyle we cherish? It's a bit like trying to have your pavlova and eat it too. Now, let's talk about Mother Nature's playground, Australia's environment. This land is unique, with its deserts, rainforests, and everything in between. But we've got issues: water scarcity, biodiversity loss, you name it. Ramp up the population, and we're looking at even more pressure on our already stressed ecosystems. Imagine trying to hydrate a country that's mostly dry as a bone. Our water systems are already on life support during droughts, and with more people, we need more water. Simple math, but not simple solutions. And what about all the critters, like our beloved koalas? Their habitats are shrinking, and a population boom would be like throwing fuel on that fire. Then there's the whole climate change conundrum. Australia's already feeling the heat, quite literally, with more frequent bushfires and extreme weather. Adding more people? That's like adding more wood to a fire that's already out of control. Sure, we could try to make everything super sustainable, but that's easier said than done, especially when you're starting from scratch. But let's not just doom and gloom, there's a silver lining. If we focus on sustainable growth, we could innovate our way into a brighter future. It's about working with what we've got, not against it. So, starting over? Maybe we should think about starting smarter instead. Now, let's dive into the social and ethical quagmire. Repopulating isn't just about numbers, it's about people, their rights, and our shared future. Imagine the government saying, "Hey, we need you to have more kids." Sounds like something out of a dystopian novel, doesn't it? It raises questions about personal freedoms, privacy, and the kind of society we want to live in. And then there's the historical baggage. Australia's got a complex history with its indigenous peoples. Any repopulation effort would need to be incredibly sensitive to these issues, respecting land rights and cultural heritage. We're not just talking about filling up space, we're talking about who gets to decide what that space looks like. Genetically speaking, starting with a small pool could lead to all sorts of health issues down the line. Diversity isn't just good for society, it's essential for human health. We don't want to roll the genetic dice and end up with a less robust population. But let's end on a high note. If we can navigate these ethical minefields, imagine the society we could build. One that values diversity, sustainability, and human rights at its core. Maybe instead of starting over, we should think about how we continue, but better, together. And there you have it, folks, the shocking truth about why Australia can't just start over. It's not just about repopulating, it's about reimagining what it means to live here sustainably, ethically, and joyfully. Catch you on the next adventure. If you've been enjoying the content and finding it helpful or interesting, I'd love to have you join our community by subscribing to the channel. It's completely free and helps the channel grow so I can keep bringing you even more awesome content. No pressure, but your support means the world to me. Thank you for watching, I appreciate you.